The ongoing saga involving Tyrese continues.
Boy, oh
He
boy.
was recently arrested in Atlanta. I believe this is not the first time for refusing to pay child support, and don't know what else to say, what much else to say about Tyrese at this point. He's clearly doing these things intentionally. He's trying to right wrongs that have been done unto him, I would suppose. But at some point, one has to ask whether he is continuing to dig an even deeper hole for himself.
Mm.
This says Tyrese arrested after refusing to illegally pay $10,000 in child support. Uh, in an update from the Neighborhood Talk, singer and actor Tyrese has officially been arrested. This very recent news comes just hours after the Los Angeles, California native revealed in a now deleted Instagram post that this was a real possibility. It stems from the still ongoing divorce with ex-wife Samantha Lee, but more specifically the financial/child support side of things. Since August of 2022, Miss Lee has been trying to get $10,000 a month from him to help aid their 5-year-old child they have together. Initially, it was around $20,000. Still, though, Tyrese has been fighting against it for a while now and continued to do so today at his court hearing in Atlanta at 9 a.m. In his long, confusing, and aforementioned post to social media, he even labeled it illegal. In addition to this, he claimed that Samantha's two lawyers on the case are close friends with the judge. Overall, he feels this whole situation is essentially unjust. So there is Tyrese's long Instagram post here. I am not reading all that. You can check that out for yourself. However, Judge Kevin M. Farmer, who Tyrese tried to have removed from the bench twice, thinks otherwise. The Neighborhood Talk says that it's been revealed to us that he was taken in willful contempt of court after refusing to release the funds. Not much else is known at this time, as this news is pretty much just broke. So be sure to stick with us for more developments around this. So the ongoing story surrounding Tyrese and the fallout from his divorce and what he is trying to have not happen to him continues. Of course, this is also in the wake of his more recent public appearances with his new movie. He's on the Breakfast Club. He's crying on the Breakfast Club, talking about real men cry. And he's on the red carpet, crying, talking about how real men cry. And women aren't the only ones who suffer when bad things happen with the family or with the kids. So, this, Tyrese, this has been his spiel now in recent memory, spares no expense to kind of let his emotions out. He wears them on his sleeve. But what do you think is going on here with this situation? He's dug in the sand here. He refuses to be smoked out of his hole on paying his child support. And it looks like he's going to go to the death with this whole thing. Before he eventually, I don't know what the end result is gonna be, but he is clearly going to fight it to the end.
I mean, I think he could. I think he should keep fighting, but you got to pay while you're fighting, dude. Um, this is rough, but he's really in a position of you got to just charge this to the game, man. And yeah, it sucks, and it you looks like you're getting railroaded, at least from your perspective. Well, just keep fighting that, man, and but pay while you're fighting because clearly, bro, like you're gonna have to pay it anyway. So why lose your freedom over it? To me, this is yeah, this is just him, in my opinion. Trying to. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know if he's trying to start a revolution or uh what I'm saying, by not paying and standing his ground. But the court is not going to see it this way. They're not going to care about your alleged collusion of the judges and stuff. They're going to say, hey, you owe this, you pay this. If not, you're done. And I don't know what the man pockets look like, but you just did mention that he's got something coming out, film, something that he worked on. I'm pretty sure he got a decent check out of that. He's doing his press runs. So, he's got money in the bank, hopefully. But while you're doing that, man, you got to take these L's. And, one of the big L's out there is the child support thing. And you got to pay the cost to be the boss in life. And this is one of those things, man, where, uh, child support is no joke. And either that or they hit you with the back pay. Either way, you're gonna have to come up off this. So hopefully he got his money right enough to pay this. I would assume he's got the money. So just pay him, dude. And keep fighting it in court. Hopefully those fast and furious checks are decent, you know, because I know the music industry don't pay you nothing. So hopefully he's been doing something with this notoriety he's been doing for the last 2 years, just running around talking. Hopefully he's getting paid for stuff. But nah, man, just charge us to the game, dog. Um, I don't know why he's trying to be so hard headed about this, but divorces and things like that can get nasty. And at least from what I hear from him speaking, it's just a nasty situation with that woman. And I guess he's just trying to prove his point. But proving your point when the law is involved, they're going to prove a point to you. So yeah, best of luck to Tyrese here. But he damn sure knows how to stay in the headlines for somebody that has nothing going on. So
Yeah.
I guess he got a movie, but you don't want to be in the headlines for all these things that he's been in the headlines for. But what are your thoughts, man, on Mr. Gibson here getting locked up for allegedly not paying his child supports?
Well, he had said in a post that he was going to be arrested soon
Mm-hmm.
for this very thing, and that ended up happening. So
Mm-hmm.
he knew it was about to go down because you know how they do with that child support. They take you to jail when you fail to pay. Um, yeah, I think if he can afford it, he should continue to fight it. But you also don't want to be in a Young Buck situation. Remember when we talked about Young Buck and he owed God knows how much money to the
Mm-hmm.
IRS, most of it
Mm-hmm.
being due to child support pay.
Mm-hmm.
You also don't want that. So he has to find a healthy middle ground
Mm-hmm.
between fighting it but not digging himself too deep into a financial pit. And there's conflicting reports on his net worth. The range seems to be between 5 and 30 million. That's a very large range.
That's
So
large.
I'm not exactly sure what his net worth is, but I think it's fair to say he out earns her. Um, I did a search on what her net worth is, and it says that she makes about 150K a month as an influencer, and whatever the hell that means, or whatever she does.
Boy, what is
Right?
that?
Yeah, but it says earns about 150,000 a month as a social media influencer and life coach. Of course, that's according to Tyrese himself. So the accuracy of that is subject to question because this is Tyrese who's saying it. That's not like officially documented.
Mm-hmm.
Be that as it may, the reason why I'm bringing up how much each of them respectively makes, and really the only thing that I can take away from this, I haven't really been involved. Obviously, I don't have children. I have never personally been involved in child support, proceedings, divorce proceedings and how they divide those assets up and how they go about handling what they do there. But I've always been of the understanding, and I could be wrong about this, courts automatically by default uh, defer to the mother when it comes to custody of the children. But if the gap in income between the man and the woman is so big, and the man himself expresses a deep desire to gain full custody, there's a chance that he can be granted full custody of the children, given the fact that he is financially able to provide for them significantly more than the woman can. But of course, it has to be a situation where he is indeed wanting full custody. Like if he is indifferent towards the idea of full custody, or if he's okay with terms of split custody or sole custody going to the mother, then he has no leg to stand on. But if he wants to get full custody, if the conditions are in his favor enough, there is a possibility for it to take place. Not saying it's going to happen, but there is a possibility nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think more of these guys in Tyrese's position, Tyrese included, need to just fight for full custody of the kids to eliminate the prospect of having to pay unreasonable amounts of child support. I mean, I don't know what their expenses are. I don't know what their life is like, but just at face value, $10,000 per month seems to be a lot. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Maybe they go to the fanciest private school in the world. Like, I don't know. I don't know what these expenses are, but it seems a bit much to say I need $10,000 every single month just to care for this child. Like, there's people who don't even make $10,000 in 6 months in a year, and you need that in 1 month to care for one kid. That to me, on the surface, seems unreasonable, despite whatever money he may be making. I don't really care in a vacuum how much money he makes. That seems like a lot to me. But you know how this thing goes. It's more than just caring for the kid. It's about maintaining livelihood, which is a joke. But I think more of these guys need to just fight for sole custody. Like,
Yeah.
be the sole caretaker for the kids. No split custody, and certainly no sole custody to the mother. If you are the breadwinner, if you make the majority of the income, if the livelihood that was being afforded to the kids while the family was together largely came from the income of the father, then I think if things dissolve, the father should try to be the sole caretaker for the kids, in my opinion. That will sort of remove you from the possibility of having to deal with trying to get terms of child support minimized to levels that you think are more reasonable. But no, that doesn't, not every guy wants, frankly, not every guy wants full custody. Like, not every man wants to be the sole caretaker of the kids. And a lot of these guys are content with the mother having sole custody. They don't want the kids around, unfortunately. There's a lot of these guys out here who don't want full custody, who don't even want to do split custody. They're okay with giving the mother full custody, and they'll just settle for visitation.
Mhm.
But for a lot of the guys out there who aren't okay with that, I think y'all should go ahead and fight for that full custody. Fight for the full custody. What's the worst that can happen? You get denied and you get split custody anyway. But I think it's worth the fight to try to get full custody. So then at that point, you know that the money being spent on the kid is going directly towards the kid because it's your money. And you also know that you're not going to have to be back and forth in and out of court trying to, you know, get the terms of your child support to be a little more reasonable.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's how it works too. At least I've seen that happen in other people's situation where, you know, the guy does it, but I've also seen the guy have full custody, when he ain't got it either. So I don't know how that really works, but I still believe that that is an angle that some of these guys can take, in Tyrese's position. If like if,
Yeah,
if you are spending all that money in defense, then
right.
spend that money in defense to just keep the kid. Yeah.
Yeah. I think not to cut you off, but I think in those situations where the man is awarded full custody, but he ain't got it like that. I think he was able, with his legal representation, of course, to prove that the mother is like mentally not in her right state of mind
Yeah,
to be the
incapable.
full, which is almost, it's damn near impossible to do. But I think in those instances, they've been able to prove that the mother is like mentally messed up. And so even though they don't got it like that, they can still get full custody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I agree with that. And I think the only thing that Tyrese has been doing is proving that, he's not stable enough to be anybody's main guardian. So, I mean, I hear all this stuff that men cry because we do, you know what I'm saying? Life goes on. I hear all this stuff that he talks about, man. He makes valid points about things. And I'm pretty sure his reading of this woman post divorce is very accurate. That, hey man, she just used me, man. Got the baby and dipped. And now charging me. Yeah, bro, that happened. But that's what these guys gotta be on the lookout for. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta pay the taxes. And you're gonna get taxed. And for these guys, man, it'd be so hard. It'd be so hard to feel sorry for them when they have so many positions. I mean, this guy's, he's everywhere now. We mentioned he's out here press runs. He's out here Charlemagne. He out here Gilly the Kid. He out here Shay Shay. Look all these elbows you rubbing. Find your way to get you something that's like a turnkey operation where it basically pays that 10,000 for you. It's hard to feel sorry. You know enough rich people. You don't have to wait for another role. Go in there and make some damn money. There's people out there smart enough to find ideas for you. All that money you're spending on legal representation, you can find some jackass to build something for you that's going to generate $10,000 a month for you off the name of being Tyrese Gibson. So what's going on here? So for these guys out here, and I say just charge it to the game, you're in a position that other people aren't. So utilize that as leverage to pay for these things that, yeah, you getting taxed for that. Oh, wait, you don't know how that go. Yeah, because now that I done made this turnkey operation that's generating this much, now my child support's gonna go. Hey, man, keep going. Charge it to the game. Get some offshore accounts. You know how them people do it. You touch elbows with them too.
Yeah, you're right, bro. Like I'm with you. You're right. And it's so logical to me that it leads me to believe that he knows this, but he's just fighting it on principle.
Yeah,
That's
that's
got to
all
be
he's
it.
doing.
That's
Yeah.
got to be it. Like he's got to be fighting it on principle because even though he could figure that out, he simply doesn't want to because he don't want to give her no money, and he probably also is like, I don't care what the amount is or how much. Well, he's probably thinking to himself, I don't care what I bring in or what I'm doing. I shouldn't have to give you that much per
Yeah,
month,
it's personal to
$10,000.
him.
Yeah,
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 it's
exactly. It's personal. Yeah, there you
you don't
go.
want to give her the money.
Yeah,
Because how she doing it, and he think it's collusion, and they getting paid too.
yeah.
The lawyer and the judge. You know what I'm saying? So he's taking it there, and it's just like, bro, I'm sorry, I really am. But fix this financially for yourself. If it's finances, if it's just off principle alone, bro, put your ego to the side and just pay these people off and keep fighting it. So yeah, man, this is my thing for these people, man. So it's hard for me to feel sorry for them. It sucks, it really does. But I still think that these people are in positions to get these things wiped away, or at least be as minimal effect as possible, and just basically have some auto bill pay system to where it's just like, whatever, man, just pay the MFer and just leave
Yeah,
me alone.
yeah,
And all of my money that come in from this or that goes to that, and I know my baby taken care of. I know this whatever woman is off my back, and the system's off my back, so whatever. So just do what you got to do, man. But if you're just if you're going to jail off principle, bro, there's deeper things to go to prison over than not paying your child support, bro. So yeah, don't let this personal situation bite you the wrong way. But this is Tyrese, man. He's just gonna come out of this rejuvenated, renewed, with a deeper message than ever. And I'll be here for it.
yeah,
Because he truly is entertaining me right now as a person. He really
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. His heart will be full. That's what he's been saying a lot. His heart is full. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he's acting at this point off principle.
Yeah.
I do, and I get it. As a principled person myself, I respect people who live on principle. I truly do, but there also has to be a pragmatic approach to it, and you just don't want to sink into a deep hole off of your principle. That doesn't help anyone. So hopefully he gets that part figured out. But the main takeaway from me with this is like, and I don't know if this happens more often than not. Again, I'm relatively ignorant when it comes to like these types of proceedings, but more guys could probably stand to try to get full custody of kids when these things when there's a dissolving of a particular relationship, whether it's a divorce, marriage, whatever the case is. Like, I think guys would help themselves more, the ones who want to be a full parent, because you do got some guys who don't want to be full parents. But for the ones who aren't averse to the idea, just fight for full custody. Some of y'all will get it, and then you won't have to deal with child support because you're just taking care of the kid as it is. So
Yeah, man. And just and be there, and
yeah.
and collect evidence that you were there as you go.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you go, collect everything. And then when she goes, I'm taking everything. At least you got a case on you taking care of everything. You know what I'm saying? So just keep yourself a paper trail. You know, this is for those guys out there that could get got. I would think that keeping a paper trail of you doing everything would actually serve you well when she tries to pull the rug and say, hey, you can get all the alimony you want, I guess, but you ain't gonna hit me for 13, 15,000 a month for child support. And here's the reasons why. So hopefully that'll work too. So, but yeah, man, I think when guys have money, man, you have to have money put away for garbage like this. You know, just getting sued or whatever. Like all that money coming in, it will get taxed somehow. Put some stuff away so it doesn't. It sucks, but it ain't gonna hurt you. You know. We'll see.
Good luck, Mr. Gibson. Good
Good luck,
luck, bro.
Tyrese. Can't wait
Yeah.
to hear him his first day out. We'll hear what he got to say.